It was a Tuesday morning, the kind of morning where everything felt like it was going to be all right. The air was crisp in the town of Barrick, Illinois. Coffee brewed, toast popped up in the kitchen, and Emily Saunders, age 14, walked down the stairs wearing her red flannel jacket, backpack slung over one shoulder. Her mom, Lacey, watched her pour cereal into a bowl. "You've got your history test today, right?" Emily nodded, mouth full. "Don't jinx it." They both laughed. And in less than 10 minutes, she was out the door, walking the 8 blocks to Willow Creek Middle School like she always did. But that would be the last time Lacey ever saw her daughter. When the final bell rang at Willow Creek that day, Emily wasn't at her locker. Her friends hadn't seen her since 3rd period. Her history teacher said she never showed up for the test. At first, the assumption was she skipped, a teenage rebellion, maybe. But when 6 p.m. hit and there was still no sign of Emily, Lacey knew something was terribly wrong. The Barrick Police Department launched a standard missing persons protocol. Canvassing the route Emily would have taken, speaking with crossing guards, neighbors, teachers. A bloodhound was brought in. Her scent disappeared 3 blocks from the school. Security footage from a nearby gas station showed her walking alone around 8:03 a.m. That was the last confirmed sighting. No one saw where she went next. Flyers were everywhere. Porch lights were left on. Candlelight vigils were held. But by week 3, the search slowed. Tips dried up. And the case quietly turned cold. Detective Ron Halvorson told Lacey, "Sometimes they just leave, ma'am. Kids. They come back, or they don't." But Lacey never believed Emily had left willingly. 2 months later, Lacey received an anonymous padded envelope in the mail. No return address. Inside, a cheap flash drive. She hesitated. Then plugged it into her laptop. One file, an MP4 video. It was footage of Emily. Duct tape over her mouth. Tied to a chair in a concrete room. A clock on the wall read 8:11 a.m. A man's hand moved into frame, holding up a note, "She shouldn't have seen." Lacey screamed. The footage changed everything. It was authenticated. The FBI took over. But the location couldn't be traced. No metadata. The man's identity obscured. Still, it proved what Lacey had always believed: Emily had been taken. And now she was out there, somewhere. While searching for old photos for the police, Lacey found something odd in the attic: Emily's school notebook. It was supposed to be in her bag when she left that morning. Inside was a page torn from a yearbook. 3 faces were circled. One was blacked out with ink. A note in Emily's handwriting: "He lied about who he is." The yearbook was from 1994. Nearly 20 years earlier. The 3 circled students were all part of a now-defunct after-school club, the Media Room Assistants. One of the names, Jason Pruitt, still lived in Barrick. He now worked at the local hardware store. He claimed he hadn't seen Emily. Claimed he didn't recognize the others. But Lacey knew he was hiding something. Lacey began following Jason after work. He always drove the same route. Always stopped at the same trailer on the outskirts of town. One day, she followed him far enough to see him walk inside with a large black duffel bag. She called it in. The FBI raided the trailer. It was empty. No sign of Emily. No sign of Jason. He'd vanished. But in the back room, a wall covered in photos. All of Emily. Dozens of them, some zoomed in from afar. One even showed her sleeping in her bed. There was also a photo of a woman, much older, similar features to Emily. Same eyes. Same chin. It was Lacey. Lacey's parents had passed when she was a teen. She was adopted at 9. But now, a horrifying thought grew in her mind. Was there something about her past she didn't remember? Was this about her, not Emily? She requested her adoption file. It had been sealed, but the FBI helped expedite it. What they found shocked everyone. Lacey had a brother. One who disappeared after a fire destroyed their home in 1987. His name, Jacob Monroe. A name that was blacked out in the yearbook Emily found. A local farmer remembered the name Jacob Monroe. Said he used to rent tools from him in the early 2000s. But then he stopped showing up. Said the last time he saw him, Jacob had a burn scar across half his face. The FBI circulated an aged composite sketch. 2 weeks later, they had a hit. It was deep in the Shawnee National Forest. A small, off-the-grid cabin. Property owned under a shell corporation. Inside, chains on the bed. Scratches on the floor. A pair of red flannel fibers. Emily's DNA was confirmed on the sheets. But again, no Emily. 2 years passed. Lacey never stopped looking. One night, she was scrolling Google Maps, searching the path between the school and the cabin again, zooming in on every road, every building, every trail. Then she saw it. A figure in red flannel. Standing in the trees. Half hidden. Face blurred, but the posture, the frame. It was Emily. The timestamp, 2 months ago. Lacey screamed again. Lacey took a screenshot of the map. She sent it to the FBI, demanding they look into the coordinates. They dismissed it. Google Maps can store outdated images, they said. But Lacey wasn't convinced. She contacted a former tech journalist who now specialized in digital forensics. He enhanced the image. There was no doubt. It wasn't just someone in red flannel, it was Emily. And she was looking straight at the satellite. Lacey drove out there herself. It was a service road off Route 24, near a burned-out silo. Remote and overgrown. She parked and walked the trail, heart racing. Then she saw it, a makeshift wooden marker stuck into the ground. Fresh flowers laid beside it. A note tucked under a rock. Mom, I'm still alive. Chapter 18, Whispers in the Cornfield. The rustling of the corn nearby wasn't the wind. Lacey turned. Nothing. Then, a low whisper. Mom. But when she spun again, whoever was there was gone. She dropped to her knees, sobbing. Lacey set up motion cameras around the area. 3 nights passed. On the 4th, one camera triggered at 3:14 a.m. A girl, thin, barefoot, face obscured by long dark hair, wandered into frame. Looked straight into the lens. Then vanished into the trees. The FBI returned. This time with search dogs and infrared drones. A week-long search commenced. A journal was found in a hollowed tree. Pages missing. What remained? They call him the Keeper. He watches through the walls. He says I'm the replacement. Local legend spoke of a man known only as the Keeper, a recluse who lived in the woods and took in abandoned children. No one ever found where he stayed. Emily's note made it real. A news crew got wind of the new evidence. They aired the Google Maps image. Within hours, a woman called the tip line. She said her daughter vanished 5 years ago, and that she recognized the journal's handwriting. Records showed 5 teenage girls had gone missing in a 15-mile radius over the last decade. All chalked up to runaways. But now, each case was reopened. Emily wasn't the only one. A former Willow Creek teacher came forward. He remembered Emily asking odd questions about a hidden door behind the stage. She'd found blueprints of the school's original construction. It used to be an orphanage. And below it, A fallout shelter. Authorities searched the school stage area. Behind an old supply closet, a sealed panel. They broke it open. A stone stairwell led down. Graffiti on the walls. Old blankets. Rusted food cans. And scratched into the stone, Emily was here. The shelter connected to a larger tunnel system under town. Left from Prohibition days. Search teams followed it half a mile. Then they hit a steel door, chained from the inside. A camera slipped under the door showed what looked like a bed. A dim light. Movement. Then, a girl appeared. Gaunt. Pale. Staring directly into the lens. Emily. Lacey cried. It took 2 hours to cut through. Inside, they found her. Alive. Emily. Terrified, fragile, unable to speak. She clung to Lacey and wouldn't let go. Emily was taken to a trauma facility. She wouldn't talk, except in whispers to Lacey. He has more. They're still there, underground. FBI organized a second raid of the tunnels. They uncovered 3 other girls, barely alive. One died en route to the hospital. But there was no sign of the keeper. Footage from a nearby gas station showed a man in EMT clothing walking away that night. He loaded a stretcher into a van and vanished. He'd been right under their noses. A tip from one of the rescued girls led to an abandoned ranger station. Inside, journals. Maps. Surveillance photos of families in Barrack. And a wall of names. One circled in red, Lacey Monroe Saunders. DNA confirmed it. The keeper was Jacob Monroe, Lacey's brother. He'd faked his death and lived in hiding, obsessed with finding his sister. Creating a family underground. He believed Emily was Lacey's second chance, and that she needed to be raised properly. He had created a world beneath the world, where he played God. Emily finally opened up. She kept a journal, coded entries, hidden in her mattress. It chronicled her entire time underground. The rituals. The other girls. The punishments. Lacey learned of 5 bodies found over the last 20 years. All girls. All matching the same pattern. All dismissed as cold cases. Now, all reopened. Jacob was behind the fire in 1987. He'd lit it himself to cover up the abuse he suffered at the hands of their foster father. He escaped. Lacey forgot. Until now. The tunnels weren't just natural. They were expanded. By someone with knowledge of engineering. Blueprints traced back to Jason Pruitt, who had gone missing after the trailer raid. Jason wasn't a pawn. He was a partner. And he was still at large. The flash drive from years ago. It had a hidden partition. More videos. Training videos. Of Jason teaching Jacob how to edit footage, hide metadata, erase GPS. Jason was traced to an old asylum in Iowa, now condemned. Inside, signs of recent occupancy. A corkboard of girls. And a post-it, "There's always another Emily." In a tearful interview, Emily finally shared her full story. She had tried to escape. Multiple times. Each time, punished. Until she saw the satellite. And stood still. Hoping someone would see. News exploded. The Google Maps image went viral. True crime forums lit up. Emily became a symbol. But her story wasn't over. For every girl lost, one now surfaced. Across 3 states, more underground rooms were found. More names. More survivors. A phone traced to a burner in Kansas. SWAT team closed in on a farmhouse. Jason was there. But he didn't go quietly. In his possession, a journal. Entries written in second person. Today, you didn't listen. Tomorrow, you will beg. One final line. They were never lost. Just hidden. Lacey testified. Emily watched from the back. Jason smiled the entire time. Until Emily took the stand. She didn't cry. She didn't stutter. She said, "You made me disappear. Now I make you nothing." Jason was sentenced to 9 consecutive life terms. Jacob Monroe was declared dead after remains were found in the forest. Suicide. Burned beyond recognition. Closure, of a kind. 2 years later, Willow Creek Middle reopened with a new name. A mural of Emily was painted inside. Captioned, "She was seen." Google never took the image down. To this day, if you zoom in on the trees near the silo, you can see her. Emily. Frozen in time. A girl who refused to vanish.